We're back! We're back! We're back creating content for you, we're back playing games, we're back painting models. We are back, baby, and I'm so happy to be here. We are playing a game today with the usual channel regular, Wayne Smash Smith, who is the first victim we've managed to pull into a battle report since we've been back. How you doing, Wayne? Nice to see you as always.
Not too bad.
We are going to be playing a 700-point game of Grey Company, Legendary Legion, versus the Thralls of Angmar.
Yes.
And you've been a bit filthy. You've got many beardy beastie models.
It's only 3.
I have 11 models. Frank, you got 4 at least. Come on,
No,
which king counts?
We're not counting him.
No, he counts.
No, he's the leader. We're not counting him.
He counts. We have already rolled for scenario. We are playing Contest of Champions, which is going to be interesting. I have an 11 model army. All of which are heroes, which will counteract quite nicely with the ability for the Witch King to regain might points, because you get a ranger, you get a might point, get a ranger, get a might point. Alright, in theory that should work quite well.
Yeah, we'll see.
You've got over 3 times the amount of models than I have, 3 trolls, and the Witch King kitted out to the 9s. We'll go through the armies as usual in a moment, and we'll show you everything that everyone's got. But I don't know, I don't feel confident about it, I'm not going to lie. I do not feel confident.
It's always difficult going against an all-hero, because obviously you've got the might and the fate.
Well, that's the thing. That's the only thing I think I've got going that can keep me in the game long.
And you've also got Aragorn.
We've got Aragorn. He gets free Anduril, because that's not filthy in the slightest. I think the big things that are going to be swingy for this game are the banner. The key thing is Halbrand and the banner of Arwen Evenstar, which we have taken, because that gives a 6-inch range for a banner, and grants everyone within 6 inches fearless, as well as everyone having woodland creature, but I don't think we have any really rocky woodland terrain to worry about. But the lack of terror checks and courage checks is going to be key for making sure I put stuff where I want to put it and not have that element of I might not make it because of a courage test. And it's going to mitigate quite a few of your movement shenanigans as well, I think. But then you're going to run in with 3 trolls and just turn rangers into pulp.
Hopefully. We'll see.
As you said, I've got quite a lot of might point. Everyone in my army has a might point.
Yeah.
I think I've got 19 might on the face of it, and then obviously Aragorn's 3 on every turn.
Yeah.
So I've got the utility, and I will punch through a couple of turns. I will hit hard, and if I can't follow it up after that, and if I haven't got the resources after that, then I'm in trouble, because all hero armies, it's a resource game. Once you drain the resources, they roll live on dice rolls, and we all know how swingy dice rolls can be. But yes, so the contest champions, there are points for scoring more kills with your leader than the enemy leader.
Yep.
There are kills for there are wounds. There are points for wounding your enemy leader with your leader.
Yeah.
So it's been a while since it's been here, because I'm all tongue-tied. And then there are points for breaking and not breaking as well. So I feel confident Aragorn can rack up some kills early doors.
Yeah.
I feel like
hopefully you may.
Yeah, I think he's got an uphill battle again, just based on number of models.
Yeah, you've got advantage by
having stuff to kill that's fairly squishy. Yeah, no, that's true. So it's going to be interesting. We're looking forward to it. I think it will go one way. At a certain point, it will start going one way and go one way very quickly. Yeah. Just based on the nature of the armies and the scenario we're playing. But what way that is, I couldn't tell you until you start rolling dice. Alright then, well, let's crack on. We will take you to the board, we'll show off the army, show you the board, and we'll start with first turn. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, and here we have the forces of good for today's battle report. We have taken the Legendary Legion, the Grey Company, which are led by Aragorn, Strider at the front. He is equipped with armour, an elven cloak, and he gets Anduril for free. What kind of filth is that? Anduril for free? Yes, please, any day. He is accompanied by Legolas Greenleaf with armour, Gimli, son of Gloin, just on his own, Halbarad with the banner of Arwen Evenstar. We have 7 Rangers of the North, 4 of which with spears. The Legendary Legion army bonus is really cool because all the Rangers get 2 attacks on foot. They all deploy as one single warband, which will be interesting for Contest of Champions, particularly for the evil side, which we'll get to in a moment. But all in all, that comes to 11 models, 699 points with a breakpoint of 5. Let's go over now and see the evil half of the armies. Okay, and here we have the Angmar army we're going to be playing against today. The army leader is, of course, naturally the Witch King of Angmar, mounted on a horse, with his unmounted variant there next to him. The Witch King of Angmar has been upgraded to have 3 might, 3 fate, and we think 14 will from last count. He also has the Crown of Morgul as well, so he's going to be going toe-to-toe with some of our beardy heroes in the Grey Company. He is accompanied by 7 Mordor orcs with shields and hand weapons, and 7 Mordor orcs with spears and shields. And here we have Warband number 2, led by the mighty cave troll Burdur, not Durburs as I originally said in an outtake. He is accompanied by a Dead Marsh Spectre for some movement shenanigans, 5 Mordor orcs with swords and shields, 5 Mordor orcs with spear and shields, and a cave troll with a hammer. And here we have Warband number 3, led by the terrifying Barrow-wights. He is accompanied by 2 Dead Marsh Spectres for even more movement shenanigans. Love those fell lights. Also accompanied by 6 Mordor orcs with 2-handed weapons and a cave troll at the back with a troll spear. That comes to 697 points, 38 models in total with a breakpoint of 19. Okay, so this is our board. We've gone for a slight variation on the usual trees and rocks and hills. We've gone for a little bit more of a worn battlefield look. We've got some ruins with some ladders and some extra siege equipment that's been left just lying around. Some explosions and smoke from fires, a little bit of a fenced off ruined area. Okay, so as the Grey Company, I had to deploy as 1 warband. Aragorn deployed front and centre in the middle, straight at the forefront of his warband there. No fear for the King of Gondor. The Rangers, Halbrand and Gimli deployed around him. Legolas and the Rangers on the hill, 6 inches away from him as per the rules of deployment for this game. The Witch King as well has deployed in the centre as per the rules for contest champions. He's not so brave, he's hiding behind an orc. Burdur and his cohort rolled a 2, so they had to deploy within 12 inches of the centre line, so they're just hanging around the right here. And the Barrowite was able to deploy it wherever it wanted, so it's kind of hanging back on the left flank a little bit, just ready to come and fold over whatever Dunedain might be left at the point at which they are relevant. Okay, so that is our board and deployment for the game. We're going to crack on now. We're going to turn 1 priority. The Grey Company roll a 1, a mighty great start, and 4 for Angmar. So we'll come back to you at the end of turn 1 movement. So I completely lied. We're not going to come back to you at the end of turn 1 movement. I'm going to call a heroic move because it feels a bit daft to not capitalise on Aragorn's 3 might point as and when he can. Wayne, would you care to counter anything?
No, go for it.
Okay, so we're going to start with Aragorn. He is just going to run. He's going to run to the side a little bit, away from the Witch King. He's going to run into these 2 orcs here. He's going to be followed up with a friend. Oh, Aragorn's falling over. Drunk King of Gondor. We're going to send Gimli over to his left as well. We're going to throw an axe at this orc as we go. It misses. Kill surprise. Gimli, I don't imagine our aim's going to get much better after that. So we can roll into those guys there. And then the Dunedain are going to kind of just pile up a little bit and just help protect the king. The Rangers on top of the hill, apart from the one that just stood down, are probably not going to be moving, making sure everyone is within 6. We are good. Okay, now we'll come back to you once Wayne has finished moving his Angmar half of the army. It's typical, isn't it? We put this really nice different board out, a bit of different scenery and a bit of a different aesthetic, and now we're playing in like an 8-inch by 24-inch bar in the middle of the board. Typical. Typical. The things we do that are nice. And then we instantly go and ruin it by doing something stupid like rolling Contest of Champions. What are you going to do? Right, so this is where we are at currently with Wayne's movement phase for the Angmar. The Witch King's going to cast some spells, potentially.
Yes.
What magic shenanigans is he going to do?
I think we are going to try and transfix Mr. Halbrand.
Mr. Halbrand. Well, that's rude. He rolls a 4. Halbrand's going to have to try and resist with one of his 2. Needs a 4 to match. Oh, he carks it. No, Halbrand is transfixed for this turn of combat. Not great. Because we worked out fairly early on that the banner of Arwen Evenstar gives all rangers fearless. So now these Spectres, which rely on courage tests for their movement shenanigans, which I was so worried about, and all the terror tests from all the spirits and the trolls are null and void until this banner is shifted. So that's now apparently target number 1 for Wayne, apparently. So, how dare he use tactics? Okay, here we are at the end of turn 1 movement. As we can see, as is generally the way with contest champions, there's a massive scrum going on in the middle of the board. The Witch King hasn't quite decided he's ready for combat yet. He wants to pick his battles, which is understandable when he's got Aragorn and Gimli sitting around on the flank of him. Berda and the Troll wheeling round to smash into Halbrad's flank, which is a little bit concerning because that banner's quite the linchpin of this army. And then the Barrow-wight and the Troll and the redundant Spectres have just moved up in line of sight of Legolas and some rangery friends. So, we're going to move to turn 1 shooting, and we're going to start with Legolas. Now, he's going to be a bit cheeky here. You've got your shenanigans, I can do mine. We're going to take his 2+ shot, and we're going to try and kill the Witch King's horse. Yeah. Because having that guy on 3 attacks rather than 4 attacks is preferable. So 2 up to hit. That's 3 ones I've rolled in a row. You know what? He's not in combat at the moment, so it doesn't really matter. We'll leave it for now. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Okay, we'll go with these 2 rangers over here. We're going to shoot at your Mordor troll, your cave troll. Yeah. 3s to hit. Because rangers, that's no 1s there. Strength 2 bow, defense 6 will be 6s and 4s, I believe. I see only 6s, no 6s, so it's redundant anyway, looking for that extra 1. And then this ranger down here is going to try and pop a cheeky shot at this orc just over here. He misses. This is going really well, rangers. 11 guys against 38 models, 4 of which are big beardy bads. Let's hope combat goes a bit better. Okay, turn 1 combat. You had priority, sir. Where would you like to start? In fact, I'm going to interrupt you there, actually. I'm going to call a heroic move with Aragorn's first actual might point. Yep. So we'll start with that. So...
Or do you mean heroic combat, not heroic move?
What did I say?
You said heroic move.
I meant heroic combat. You know the one I mean. Cool, so we'll start with Aragorn then. He is supported by a ranger who I think only gets the 1 attack when he's supporting anyway. So Aragorn and a ranger friend on 4 Mordor orcs. Aragorn sets the bar with a 5. That's unfortunate. It's going to cost Aragorn his 2nd actual might point. I'm burning through these on turn 1. This is not great. But we do win the fight on the fight value of 6. So we're going to take Aragorn strikes first. 4s to kill these orcs. He kills both. And he kicks off the kill count with 2 straight off the bat. You love to see it. And then Aragorn is going to plough into these guys. I don't think the ranger gets to move. I could be wrong. So the ranger doesn't get to move, so he gets to just sit there, look nice and pretty. Okay, now it is the rest of your priority, so you can decide where we do combats now that Aragorn has kicked off with a mighty 2 kills.
Okay, I think we'll go with Mr. Gimli.
Mr. Gimli, who is fighting 4 orcs. He's going to go on his own, but he is going to take the 3 attack dice because he doesn't get the bonus at the moment because Legolas didn't manage to kill anything. Yep. Would you like to set the bar, sir? With a 5. Gimli's going to roll 3 dice and roll a 5 also, so he takes it on the fight value. Gimli is strength 4, the orcs are defense 5, so he is killing orcs on 5s. That's 2 dead orcs! Oosh! Oosh! However, that's probably the 2 most effective models in my army that have already gone this turn. We'll see if we can capitalise a bit more. What else? Where do we want to go next, my friend?
We'll go on this guy.
So this little ranger here versus 1 orc. He has got a friend supporting him. So for the purposes of might points and keeping differentiation, the 2 black dice will be the ranger at the front, the 1 at the back will be the one supporting, because they've all got might points, which is a nightmare to keep track of. Does your orc want to set the bar? It's not a very high bar, and the rangers easily surpass it. Okay, again, strength 4, so 5s to kill. Ah, the ranger at the back get... Oh, in fact, they both get it. 5 and a 6, he is dead, dead, dead. Okay, where are we going next, Wayno?
Yeah, Halbrad.
Halbrad next. He's got a friend backing him up. Halbrad is transfixed, so he can't strike blows if he wins. So this will be Halbrad with 2 dice and a friend supporting him on how many orcs? 4?
Yep.
4 more orcs.
Set the bar this time.
Okay, we're going to set the bar 6s. The orcs can't win it, but they're going to have a go anyway. Yep. No, unfortunately not.
Close.
So Halbrad cannot strike blows as he is transfixed, but this ranger behind can. I mean, they're going to stab an orc. You're going to try and stab this lovely little yellow-looking orc here. No, he's not going to succeed. But you do back away from Halbrad. And then we just have the heroic combated Aragorn again on 2 orcs. Come on, orcs, you can set the bar. Ooh, not bad. Aragorn does get it on the 5 of the fight value. I'm going to have to capitalise on this fight value and these might points while I've got it. Falls to kill these orcs. 2 more orcs down. Aragorn has slain 4 orcs single-handedly this turn. That's going to put a dent in the Witch King's day. Ain't no mistake. So here we are at the end of turn 1. That was a pretty brutal turn for Angmar. Not going to lie. 7 orcs dead, turn 1. Aragorn slaying over half of those himself. Gimli following up, and Halbrand not dying to a transfix. However, Aragorn looking a little bit out on the wings now with a troll bearing down on him. So not ideal. But we will see. We'll see. Let's go into turn 2 priority. And we will come back to you once that is... So it does go to the Grey Company this turn. Wayne, would you care to call any heroics, or are you letting that slide this turn?
No, go for it.
Okay, we will come back to you at the end of turn 2 movement. Okay, we are partway through the Angmar turn. Things are moving up. Trolls getting ready into position. 1 poor ranger's about to get smushed. But this Barrow White's getting a bit too big for her britches and is apparently going to try and cast Transfix. I wonder who...
Paralysed, but yes.
Paralysed even, sorry. Yes, I can't word.
Mr. Aragorn.
Mr. Aragorn. Okay, he's a 4+ to go off. It unfortunately does not. They haven't got any might points, have they?
Nope.
Woo! Thank the Lord. No Paralysed for Aragorn this turn. Okay, so here we are at the end of turn 2 movement. As you can see, trolls are starting to menacingly encroach on the Grey Company's territory. Burder and his troll friend around here coming around the right-hand flank to try and get rid of that pesky banner of Arwen. Gimli got some ideas and decided to charge the Witch King. 1 poor ranger's about to get turned into some kind of jam. Not sure what flavour yet, but this ranger is going to have a bad time against his troll who's coming on the left flank there. And the king has decided to leave the main army and go in search of squishy kills to up his numbers. Can't say I blame him, but not very kingly of him, really, is it? Yeah, let's be fair.
He wasn't quite king at that point.
He wasn't quite king at that point, I guess, but still. Still doesn't set a great example, does it now?
Yeah, but he's got Halbrand. Halbrand can take care of everyone else.
Only when those 2 trolls are out of the way. Legolas and his 3 ranger friends have stayed on the hill to try and pop some shots off. Speaking of shooting, I believe we'll go into turn 2 shooting. And Legolas is going to try again his 2+ shots that can hit basically anything into the Witch King's horse. 2 to hit. It hits! It hits! Strength 3 bow, defense 4 for a horse. 5s to kill. God, that is not worth 3 might points. Never mind. Okay, Legolas, not this time, my friend. Then we've got the 3 rangers here. We're going to take some shots from an elevated position into this cave troll here. We're not getting any in the ways for combats because he's fairly clearly visible. 3s to hit. All 3 rangers hit. Strength 2 bows, defense 6. 6s and then 4s, I believe. Yeah. Can we just check that, double check that, because that might make a big difference between any might points that get spent.
6s.
Ah, so it is in fact 6s. Okay, so 6s for these rangers to wound a troll. Ah, no, and they've only got 1 might point apiece, so no kills there. Okay then. To turn to combat, I don't believe I'm calling any heroics. Anything from you, sir?
I don't think it's worth it. I could call one with the Witch King, but there's no point.
You're very unlikely to kill Gimli in one go. You have not taken the Morgul Blade, so...
Yeah. No. Yeah, let's just go.
Just go? Okay. As it was a Grey Company's priority, we'll start over here. We'll start with Aragorn and make that 3 orcs.
Yep.
Cool. Let's go. Aragorn will set the bar with a 5. He's still got his 3 might point, which he's going to have to use to up that to a 6. 4s to kill orcs. That's 1 orc dead. You know what? We'll take 1 orc dead. That's fine.
Any preference?
We'll just take this one on the end. It's fine. Okay, I think we'll just work along really. There's not an awful lot of benefit to not. So we'll go with this Ranger of the North on 1 orc and a Dead Marsh Spectre. I do believe he only gets the 1 attack. But it has been a while since I've used them as well, so I cannot remember at all myself.
Yes, only 1.
Just the 1. Fight value?
2.
2.
So
looks good for the Marsh Spectres.
Yes. So the Spectres going to be the Witch King dice. And
that's fine. No worries. You can set the bar this time.
Yeah.
And the Ranger, who gets 2 attacks on foot, gets a 5. There are no might points in there for you, so the Ranger will win that.
Yep.
And your Dead Marsh Spectre, what's their defense? Defense 5. Yes. 1 wound? I'm assuming 1 wound?
Yeah, 1 wound.
Okay, so we'll prioritise the Dead Marsh Spectre. First 5 on the Dead Marsh Spectre, any other 5, the Mordor Orc. The Dead Marsh Spectre can go.
Yeah.
Be gone!
Which is a shame, because he's also got Blade of the Dead.
Whew. Also, need to say that that we realised the banner range for Fearless was 6 inches. Aragorn and the Ranger of the North were out of that range, but we did roll their courage tests independently, and they did both pass to get in. So, just in case any of you rules players out there want to pick us up on anything, we did remember it. They did pass. But hey, you know us, we're going to forget everything. So that's the kind of games we run. Okay, so this orc can now just. And now we've got this poor Ranger who's going to get turned into some sort of delicious jelly. Ranger jam. Ranger jam. Okay, so delicious Ranger jam coming up. The Ranger will set the bar for you. You've got an orc in there as well, Wayne, unless you want to put that into Gimli, that orc. Oh no, he's in base contact with the Ranger, so he will be in there with the Ranger. So the Ranger will set the bar with a mighty 6.
Yeah. Well,
what a hero! Come on, come on. Let's make a bit of room for the troll. There we go.
I get burly, so that's fine.
Are you going single or two-handed?
I'll go 2-handed. I'm burly.
You're burly. Go ahead. No. No way! I feel like 2 camera angles has to be there because the Ranger has fought off a troll. What a hero! How does that make you feel, Wayne?
Fine.
It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Cool. Strength 4, defense 6 for the troll. So we're going to put both of these in the troll. 5s to wound. That adds up to a 5, but that is unfortunately no wounds on the troll. But no Ranger jam. You have to wait to spread that delicious Ranger jam when you're cross on another day, my friend. Okay, let's do Gimli, who is in with the Witch King and 1 orc. Gimli will go with his 3 attacks. He's fight value 6, so he's got the fight value on the Witch King. The Witch King can set the bar if he wants with the orc. There's a 6. Gimli also rolls a 6, so I believe Gimli has the higher fight value than the Witch King. Gimli is definitely a 6. I think the Witch King is only fight value 5.
Yes, he's 5.
Okay, so we are going to plough all 3 of these straight into the Witch King himself. Strength 4, defense 8 will be 6s, I believe. We'll use a Gimli might point.
Yep.
So 1 wound on the Witch King.
Fate.
1 fate.
Nope.
1 failed fate. I would recommend you might that, because if you don't, he dies. It's been a while, let's be fair. It's been a while since we played. Okay, so the Witch King has used a might point and a fate point and not died with his 1 singular wound. And Gimli does, in fact, push both of these guys out. Okay, moving along. We've got the 1 Ranger of the North on 2 Mordor Orcs. Ranger of the North will go, and he'll set the bar with a 4. The Ranger is going to use his 1 and only might point, this particular Ranger, to win that on the fight value and try and kill another Orc. 5s to kill. That Orc dies. That's the one thing about Rangers of the North and the Grey Company. They've got a lot of might, and they can really hit hard, but as soon as you burn through their might points, they're sitting ducks. It's a resource game with Rangers, I think. Definitely a resource game. Okay, how are we differentiating these combats here? We've got 1 on 1 there, Halbrad on 2 here, and this guy can go into either one of them, so whichever one you want.
We'll set the guy into Halbrad.
Okay, so we've got a Ranger of the North on 1 orc, yes?
Yep.
Ranger gets a 3. I will ban a reroll, which I forgot about for the other Ranger. The banner of Arwen Evenstar. He gets a 3. No, he does not, in fact, win that. Oh, we might be losing our first Ranger here. Defense 5, strength 3 needs a 5.
Yep.
Oh, he does in fact survive. Okay. And then poor Halbrad on what looks like 4 orcs. Go on in, orcs. Off you go. There's a 6. And Halbrad, he's going to have to use one of his might points. It's a resource generation game. It's a resource management game. He's going to have to use one of those to win the fight. 5s to kill the orcs. 2 orcs down! Oh, they're dropping like flies, mate. Although, however, I'm opening up massive channels for these trolls to come wading in now. Okay, that was another brutal turn. At turn 2, we are looking at 12 casualties for the evil side, and currently none for the good side. That is insane. However, I feel like next turn my luck might run out depending on where these trolls go. I'm going to start turtling up to try and keep rangers alive. Aragorn is leading the kill count against the Witch King 5-0 currently, which is disgusting. But okay, so let's roll for turn 3 priority. Great Company roll a 5, and Angmar roll a 4. Any heroics from you this turn, Wayne?
I will call one with Witch King.
One with the Witch King, okay. So let's quickly do that heroic move on camera now, because I imagine there'll be some spells. In fact, I think it's just the Witch King we need to worry about, because everything else can just move. Am I going to counter? You know what? I think we'll counter with Gimli's second might point.
Okay.
So you had the priority. No, I had the priority. So I will roll on a 1, 2, 3 evil.
Yep.
4, 5, 6 goes to good. It goes to good.
Yep.
Okay, so we will come back to at the end of turn 3 movement. Okay, so here we are in turn 3 movement. Gimli is going to try and charge the Witch King. He is fearless because of the Banner of Arwen Evenstar, but he's going to throw his axe as he goes in. It misses, but he's going to end up in combat with the Witch King once again, and then we will continue with the rest of our move. That will nullify your heroic move, so I'll just go straight through my movement, and then you can go into yours. Okay, so here we are at the end of turn 3 movement. As you can see, there's an awful lot less orcs on the board for the Grey Company to worry about presently, which is thinning the herd quite nicely, but now the big players are starting to come into play a little bit. Aragorn and the Ranger charged into the orcs over here. Again, as they're out of range of the Fearless, here are the terror rolls for charging these orcs. This poor little Ranger is maybe a little bit overconfident with his last win in combat against this troll, so he's charged back in single-handedly. He was just in range of the Fearless, who didn't have to roll. The Witch King once again being tied up by Gimli, which is not proving great for the Witch King. He needs to try and free himself out of that. Not quite sure how he does that outside of strikes, but needs to try and capitalise on getting the movement and getting out of there so he can come and claim some kills and get on the scoreboard. These two trolls, Berda and his friend, getting dangerously close to Halbrand and this Ranger, who have doubled down again and run into the orcs to try and thin the herd out a little bit. And still, Legolas and his 3 Ranger friends still fairly apathetic to what's going on. They're just going to sit there and pretend they're involved in the fight by missing all their shots. Speaking of which, let's go. Legolas, for the 3rd time in a row, going to try and shoot the Witch King's horse on a 2-up. He hits 5 to kill the horse. He kills the horse and gets himself on the leaderboard. So the Witch King will now have to do a Throne Rider test. So he does in fact rise from the dust. He is good on his feet, still engaged with Gimli, I believe, but not prone. But it is going to limit his killing power a little bit now that he's not going to be 4 attacks on the charge. Okay, we'll now do these 3 Rangers who are going to pop 3 shots into Berda, try and soften him up a little bit. 3s to hit. Oh my god, the tension isn't unbearable. I don't think I've missed a single Ranger shot apart from with Legolas. Berda, defense 6, I presume. Okay, Berda is defense 6, his Ranger strength 2, so it's just 6s to wound. No wounds. A 1, 2 and a 3. Adds up to a mighty 6, but no bueno there. Okay, bueno. As it is my priority again, we'll go to combat. Where would you like to call any heroics, my friend?
No, I'll be right.
Anything to call? Okay, we'll go with Aragorn, who is going to call a heroic with his 3 point of might this turn. He's going to seriously see if he can put some hurt on these guys over here and keep the numbers going for when the Witch King eventually breaks free of Gimli. So Aragorn on 2 two-handed orcs. Are you going single or double?
I'll go single.
Single. Okay, Aragorn will set the bar. He does get the 6. It's a mighty, mighty bar. Yeah. Forced to kill these orcs. You know what? I'm going to use his last actual point of might to bring his kills up to a mighty 7. And then he can go swinging into someone else. As he's already passed the terror check for this turn, he can then swing into whoever he wants without much penalty. So he's going to go into the Barrow White and the Dead Marsh Spectre there. Let's do that one now, actually. Let's do Aragorn on the Barrow and the Dead Marsh Spectre now. So Aragorn now is out of his base might. He's put it to good use and got himself fairly high up the kill board, but now he's a little bit vulnerable.
Right, so you've got Barrow.
So the Barrow,
right, and the warrior.
Okay, cool. Spectre. So would they like to set the bar? It's a 5. It's a decent bar. It's a good enough bar to beat Aragorn back.
3.
So it's 6 for both of these guys to cause any wounds to Aragorn.
But wait 1 minute. Both of them have Blades of the Dead.
Blades of the Dead. So Aragorn's courage is still 6. So it's still 6s.
Yep.
To any wounds to Aragorn. But it is worth remembering. It's a rule that we didn't think we'd come to play, but we did actually remember. So go Ross. That is a wound on Aragorn. Oof. He's going to roll a fate point. He's good. He's 3 wounds, 2 fate. But you have started putting the pressure on Aragorn, which is not ideal. We've got this ranger on 3 orcs.
Yep. They're all going single-handed.
Cool. The ranger will set the bar with 2 3s. That's more than enough, and Aragorn can actually make way a little bit here for this ranger to get out. So he's not going to be trapped, but it is going to be 5 to do this ranger in. There's 1 5. He has got a fate point left, which he fails and dies. That is the first kill for Angmar.
Yeah, it doesn't count because it's not a hero.
No, but it is a kill on the board for you. So
yeah.
Okay, we've got this ranger on this troll here. I suppose the ranger better set the bar for this one, eh?
Okay.
Wah, wah. Yeah, that's going to the troll. The ranger's pushed back. Strength 6 for the troll, I believe.
Yes, he doesn't get trampled, does he?
No, he doesn't get knocked prone. 4s to kill the ranger. He's still got his fate point, which I'm going to roll in the tray. And he fails as well and he dies. That's 2 rangers down. That's not great. That's nearly a quarter of my army gone there. Okay, Gimli versus the Witch King.
And 2 friends.
Gimli is going to use 3 attacks. He's getting +1 to wound because Legolas technically has more kills than him. He's got 1 might point left as well. So Gimli will go with a mighty 5. It's going to cost Gimli his last might point, but he has to do this to go to a 6 and beat back the Witch King.
Yep.
Strength 4, defense 8 will be 6s, +1 to wound because of Legolas' kill count, so 5s to wound the Witch King. That's a wound on the Witch King. It's another wound on the Witch King. Whoa! Do them one at a time, that's the wrong both.
No, I'm going to do one. Yeah, it was only 1, wasn't it?
1 wound, yeah. So he does pass it, so he's what, 1 fate, 2 might, and 1 wound?
Yep.
And 1 less, what, 11 will?
Yeah, 11 will.
We're draining him slowly. We're slowly draining him. Not quick enough, but we are slowly draining him. However, it's taken a hit this turn. Legolas and his friends might have to actually get off the hill and get into combat. Okay, this 1 ranger on this 1 orc here. Yep. You all want to set the bar this time? And the ranger... Oh! He's still got a... No, he's used his might point. So he's going to back out.
Wait, no.
Oh, I've got the banner, which I keep forgetting. Yes, thank you. I keep forgetting. I could use that for Gimli as well. What Gimli have rolled? Not enough. That's fine. Okay, 5s to kill. He's not dead. Halberad on 2.
Yeah. Troll's not quite in there this turn.
No, Troll's not in there this turn, so the orcs can go.
Yep.
And Halberad gets a 5.
Yep.
5s to kill orcs. 1 orc dead. We'll take the spearman if we can.
Well, they're both spearmen.
Oh, they're both spearmen. Okay, cool. Well, that makes sense. We'll take a spearman then. And then there's 1 ranger on 3 orcs down here.
I'll let you say balls.
Ranger gets a 6. Probably getting on fight value, getting on the dice roll. 5s to kill. No, nothing. Okay. This has developed interestingly. Aragorn is now on 7 kills to the Witch King's none, which isn't great for Wayne's battle plan as a whole, but now there's a bit of a hole in the army right here where the Rangers used to be, which is going to be interesting. So let's go to turn 4 priority. Grey Company get 3. So it does go to you, and I don't really think... I think Halberad's going to have to call one with his 2nd might point. Yeah. A heroic move even, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
So we'll come back to you once Halberad's done his heroic move. I'm assuming you're not calling anything?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm going to save him all my
That's very fair, very, very fair. Okay, so Halbrand and his cohorts have decided to pull back to the hill and rejoin with the rest of the Ranger force, leaving their general out on the flank a little bit, but it's Aragorn, he'll be fine. Okay, so now we'll come back at any point during the turn where Wayne decides to cast some spells, but until then we'll see you at the end of... but until then, we'll carry on with Wayne's move off camera. Okay, so we're now at the Witch King's movement. We're going to have some spell shenanigans going on, I think. Halbrad's got 1 will point left to try and resist whatever the Witch King decides to throw it in.
Yep, I'm just going to do the 1. I'm going to try and transfix him again.
I'm trying to transfix Halbrad on a 3 up. Go for it, Wayne.
On a 1.
On a 1, unsuccessful.
I can reroll because of the Crown of Morgul.
Because of the Crown of Morgul, so take your reroll. 2!
So far anyway.
My point.
Nope.
Very good, okay. So that's cost him a will point. So it's down to 10. Ugh. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, is he? Let's be fair.
Doing my Spectre next.
Okay, what's your Spectre going to do? Which one? This one over here?
Yeah, he's going to try and move Aragorn.
Okay.
So you need to do a
courage test.
Yes. I'm assuming you'll pass anyway.
Yes,
yeah.
good.
Oh well. Okay, and then while we're there, we'll do my Barrow
Dead Marsh Spectre not moving.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah,
we'll use paralyze.
Try and paralyze Aragorn. Yeah, fair.
It's on a
4 up.
Yes. That's for him.
Aragorn's going to throw 2 will points into this successfully, and I think I get them both back because of the 6s. So he's back on 3 will. Woo! Go on, Aragorn. He's not having any of it, mate. He's having none of it. The Batrep deciding he's much better off trying to take him out in combat than paralyse him. Okay, so here we are at the end of turn 4 movement. Halbrad, with his heroic move, brought him, Gimli, and the remaining Rangers back to the foot of the hill to best make use of the 6-inch bubble of Fearless and Banner range and meet up with Legolas and the Rangers that have been doing basically nothing all game. Those Rangers have all moved into combat with Orcs and Spectres looking up the hill. Legolas is still staying on the hill. He's got a plan for this turn. But now we're getting Trolls into combat. Burder has managed to charge into Halbarad, and this Cave Troll, although he slid down a little bit, is in combat with this poor little Ranger, going for another helping of Ranger Jam. Aragorn, who very successfully managed to fight off the Paralyze, has been mobbed by many dudes, and is now going to have a field day trying to kill as many as he can. However, we will now go to turn 4 shooting, and Legolas is going to take his 2+ auto hit into the Witch King. 2+. He hits. Strength 3, defense 6 would be 6s, wouldn't it? No, defense 8. Strength 3, defense 8. Can you double check strength 3, defense 8 for me, please, Wayne?
3, 6 or 4.
6s and 4s for Legolas to kill the Witch King. 3. It's not worth 3 might points. We need those later on. Damn, if he'd have rolled like a 4, I would have spent 2. But 3s, no, it's not worth it. Okay, and it is your priority, so you get to decide where we start. I don't think I'm calling any heroics. Actually, I think Halbrad might call a heroic strike, saying that, with his last might point. Okay, yeah, so Halbrad's going to call a heroic strike to try and go toe-to-toe with Durburs. Is Durburs going to counter with anything of his own?
I will also do heroic strike. 2
heroic strikes there. Okay, so we'll come to that when we get to the fight. But Wayne, you get to decide which combat you want to do first. Where do you want to start, sir?
Well, let's go. We might as well do the big.
Do the big one. Okay. Halbrad's fight value goes up to 10.
Okay.
Durburs' fight value goes up also to 10. So it is going to be a roll off. Okay, who wants to set the bar?
I'll let you go.
Okay, Halbrad will set the bar. Oh, it's a 1 and a 2. It's not great. Oh, I've got Banner reroll because the Banner of R went even star. Oh, no. Halbarad, no. Okay, strength 6, defense 5 will be 4s. Oh, it's 2 wounds, fate. He's good. That was a brown trouser moment right there. Wayne, where do you want to go next, mate?
Should we go... Let's go with Aragorn.
Aragorn?
Yeah,
Aragorn on the Barrow-Eye, a Dead Marsh Spectre, and 2 Orcs. You can set the bar this time.
2 Orcs.
You can set the bar this time. 5 highest, okay. And Aragorn will get The 6. Now, how many wounds does your barrel white have out of curiosity? I think they're only 1, aren't they?
They don't have any wounds.
Okay, so we're going to prioritise barrel white, dead marsh spectre, and then orc.
Yep.
So first 4 on the barrel white, second 4 on the dead marsh spectre, so on and so forth. Just easier. So the barrel white can cark it. And that will up his kill count to a mighty 8. What a hero. I mean, it is Aragorn, so it's expected. Where next, sir?
We'll go with the cave troll.
Cave troll on the 1 ranger. Yep.
Yeah.
He has slipped down, but he was in combat with that ranger. So the ranger will set the bar with a 3. The troll will get a 5. We will use the banner to get a 3, and he's out of might points, I believe, that one. So 4s to kill the ranger. Yeah, that is his second helping of ranger jam. That troll's getting fat on ranger jam.
Yeah, but the annoying thing is they're the one doing the damage and taking the points away I need for the Witch King.
No, there is that. There is that. Okay. Not Witch King. Where next? Sorry.
Gimli.
Gimli? Gimli will go 3 dice.
Yeah,
Why not?
and I get 2 for my orcs.
Go on then, set the bar with your orcs.
So 6.
Gimli rolled 3
Ooh.
1s. I'm going to ban a re-roll,
Yeah.
seeing as it's not gone yet. No, he carks that one. Defense 8, strength 3, so 6s and 4s. Yeah, he's loving it.
Fine.
Okay, it looks like we've got two 1-on-1s and then a 2-on-1 down here.
Okay,
So we're
well,
going to
might
work our way
do this one.
through.
Yeah, we might do that one first.
Yeah, go on then, Orky, set the bar.
4.
Ranger gets a 4 as well, wins it on the fight value. And kills on the 5. If we can fish that poor guy out with that ranger's falling down the hill, that'd be great. Good man you are. It's like one of those crab grabber machines at the arcade, isn't it? Just with a lot more expensive prizes
got the
and
next one.
damage. Go on then, Orc, set the bar.
6.
Hey! Ranger wins it.
Yep.
And, oh, in the tray. Kills! Ooh, can't be too far away from broken, I don't think, now.
1 more.
One more. I feel good for these 2 rangers down here. On your dead marsh spectre.
Yep. Yeah, so I'll let you take the bar.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That's a 6. I don't think the dead marsh spectre's winning that.
No, it shields.
There's a 6. He carks it. Only just though. 3, 2, 1, and a 6.
Broken.
And officially Angmar broken. Grey Company have played really well so far today. I still feel like it's going to go downhill very quickly. It's the kind of game that I think can turn literally on a dime.
Yes.
Because you've now got big hitters in there. I'm using resources. It's very much definitely not over until the fat trolley things. But Aragorn has upped his kill count to 8. Witch King still to get on the board. Hasn't been able to get into combat, however. I think that might be changing next turn depending on what happens. Range is starting to drop now, which is a shame, but I think it's dropping the bucket compared to the death pile, which is currently here, including a barrel light and a couple of spectres. But we'll go into turn 5 priority. The Grey Company will roll in the tray. 6.
Yep.
Any heroics for you, sir?
Nah.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm going to be very careful with my mic points now.
Okay, very good. No problem. We'll come back to you once we have all moved and any spells are ready to be cast. Okay, so that's the good side movement. It's the best of what we can make out of a getting worse situation, I think. Aragorn's just happy on the flank, racking up his numbers. I think that's where his game is. Legolas finally joined the fight, so we've got some three more might points joining that fight, which is quite nice. But now the Witch King's he's a hero legend, so he passes his first courage test, and I believe the majority of things are going to stay in range. There might be one orc on the flank that might have to take a test.
These 2 will have to take.
Yeah, okay, so just those 2. Birdo's already engaged, so no courage test there. So we'll start with the Witch King, and then we can do those 2 orcs, and we'll come back at the end of the movement if you want. Okay, what's the Witch King doing, Wayno?
He's going to try and transfix Halbrad.
You don't like Halbrad, do you?
Nope, I'm going to use 2 dice this time.
2 dice transfix into Halbrad. Eep.
And 3 up.
I think Halbrad's still got a war point left.
I believe so.
So he will use it, try and resist, which he does not, and he's out of might points. So he is transfixed. Not great, but it's okay, and then the Witch King gets to run into somewhere to start wrecking some face on turn 5. It's going straight into Halbrad. Poor Hal. I think I've got a feeling I'm losing my banner this turn, Wayne.
Maybe.
Call it a hunch. Call it a hunch. Do you want to roll for these 2 walks first, and we can come back at the end of the movement?
Yeah.
See if these two run away.
Do this one first. Oh, actually roll in the tray first.
Yes. Runs away. And this other poor little orc also flees. I believe they're courage 2, aren't they?
Yes.
Cool. We'll come back to you. Come back to you once the rest of turn 5 movement has finished. Okay, so the end of turn 5 movement. It's looking a bit dicey. Starting to look a bit dicey. These ranges on the end are the only thing I feel semi-confident about. Legolas is being countercharged by a couple of orcs. The Witch King got into Halbarad, and Berda is on that ranger now. So Witch King going toe-to-toe with Halbarad, trying to get himself on the board finally. Okay, so we'll go to shooting phase. For once there isn't any. So now we'll go to combat, and Aragorn's going to call a heroic combat with his 3-point of might.
Yep,
do you have anything to call?
I will call one with Berda.
Heroic combat with Berda. Okay. You had priority, so please roll. 1, 2, 3, it goes to you. 4, 5, 6 goes to me. It does in fact go to you, so we'll do Berda on this poor ranger. And this ranger has still got his might points left. Not that it's going to do him a great deal of good, I don't imagine. Because all my rangers are technically heroes. If Berda manages to kill this poor ranger, he then counts as a banner, because that's what you need in your Angmar list. Okay,
Yep.
let's go. I suppose, do you want to set the bar? Okay. Ooh, 5. The ranger's got a 5. The ranger's going to use his banner reroll. And he'll use his might point. If nothing else, he'll flush a might point out of Berda.
Well, that'd be my last might.
That'll be a last might point on Berda. Okay. So Berda is winning. 4s to kill. That's 1 wound. He's got his fate point left. Ah, damn it. There, he succeeds! He's alive! No banner for Angmar today.
Even if there's one rolled on the floor, it was still a 6.
The one that was on the floor was a 6, was it? There we go, just for proof. It was, look, there it is. Can you fish it out, please, for me where you're nearest?
Yeah.
Just mind the camera rig.
It was worth a try.
Definitely worth a try, yeah, no, massively. The fact that we're starting to remember our rules for a game we haven't played in ages, I'm quite impressed by. Anyway, now we'll do Aragorn's heroic combat, as that was the next one to go. So Aragorn and Dead Marsh Spectre. Would Dead Marsh Spectre like to roll his dice? 3. I think Aragorn's winning that. Yeah. 4s to kill. Oof, nearly. He does kill, and then Aragorn is going to take a run. You've rather expertly blocked me off there. Yes. I meant to call a heroic combat with Legolas. Whoopsies! Never mind. So Aragorn will run into this dude here. Yep. I definitely meant to call him with Legolas as well, but I completely forgot. Never mind. Okay, let's do... Oh, wait, it's your pick. You get to pick where you go, so wherever you want to go start the combat next.
Go across.
Start with Aragorn? Oh, so Aragorn gets another 1 to his kill count, so he's on 9. Single-handedly on 9. Yep, go on then, Orc. That's a 1. I mean, he can't win, but he might survive. 4s.
Nah.
No, he is dead, taking his kill count to a mighty 10.
I've got a feeling you might win this game, Tom.
But, okay, so Legolas on the 1 then?
Yep.
1 Orc.
Set a bar this time?
I'll set a bar with Legolas. He'll roll Snake Eyes. Even when Legolas phones it in and completely whiffs it, he still manages to win.
Yeah.
And gets a kill.
Funny is, you'd still win Ranger Banner anyway.
I'll still in Ranger Banner, to be fair, yeah. Okay, well, Gimli on Troll, I guess?
Yep.
Gimli will go 3 dice.
Yep. I'll set bar.
On Trolly. Gets a 6. Gimli also gets a 6, so it is a roll-off, and it is your priority. So 1 to 3 goes to you. 4, 5, 6 goes to the Grey Company. Ooh dear. 5s to wound Gimli. 1 wound. He's got 2 fate points. We use his first one. He's fine. 2 wounds, 1 fate. No might points left.
Okay.
Do you want to say the Halbrand one?
Yeah.
Okay, so we want down here.
Okay, we might as well go with the troll.
So we've got a troll and 1 ranger.
Yep.
These rangers all have their might points and fate points left. So the ranger will set the bar with a 5.
Yep.
Oh, come on, ranger. Strength 4, defense 6, 5s to wound the troll. I'll use his his might point to do 2 wounds to that troll straight off the bat. Because he is a hero. You turned his friend into jam. Now we're going to turn you into troll jam. That couldn't sound more disgusting if I tried.
Okay, and then the ranger.
Ranger on 2 here. Yep.
Yep.
Go on, Orcs, you can set the bar. Ranger gets it on the 6. 5 to kill. He'll use his might point and kill you. I feel like, if nothing else, it's less for me to worry about keeping track of, and it's going to thin your numbers down because the game ends at 25%, so we can maybe get there sooner rather than later. Ranger on the end on 3.
Yep. Yeah, like you said last time.
6. We're not on the fight value.
Yeah,
We're rolling hot today.
Yeah, I can't.
Hot today. 5 to kill. 1 dead as well. I'm so sorry, Wayne. You know my dice never usually roll this hot. That's insane. Okay. But now the one that we've all been waiting for. Halbarad on the Witch King with a friend, I believe.
Halbarad. Witch King.
That's the Witch King, not Halbarad. I'm Halbarad.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, the little Halbarad, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up.
And the good thing is, even if you can't strike me because you were transfixed.
I'm transfixed. So Halbarad will set the bar for the 4. I'm going to banner this and get the 6.
I can't. Nope.
I believe you haven't got enough might to win it.
Nope.
But I can't strike against you because transfixy shenanigans. But Halbarad is still like, he has got no right to still be alive. I'm sorry. Halbarad's taken the brunt of the majority of your army this game.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, end of turn 5.
Yep.
It's looking dire for Angmar, I must admit. It's looking very dire. The big hitters are in there. 1 troll was nearly dead. I feel like maybe they came in a bit too late. They maybe should have led the charge.
Maybe.
Witch King still yet to get a kill, and I feel like it's very much good night Vienna. But we'll see how we go into turn 6. It'll probably be the last turn of the game, depending on what happens. Aragorn securing a mighty 10 kills just on his own, which is insane. But we'll go into turn 6 priority. Grey Company rolls a 1.
What?
A 1 for Angmar, so it does in fact go back to Grey Company. Okay, everyone is fearless now with them in range of the banner bearer, so we don't need to worry about courage test on camera. So we'll be back once the turn 6 movement is finished. So unfortunately, our locked off camera over the dice tray went down, I think, at the start of the last turn. So we will try and put some graphic in there to show you what dice rolls were coming through. But if not, then you'll just have to rely on our very overexcited voices and our very over-exuberant reactions as to what's been going on this turn. Apologies, we didn't realise it had crapped out on us until right at the end. So there'll be no dice cam for turn 6. But trust in the level of our excitement. Shenanigans happened. So as you can see, there's a lot less orcs than there probably should be at this stage after a movement phase. Unfortunately, quite a lot of them did flee to courage tests. We did try and get the troll to flee as well, but he was feeling rather heroic and rather brave and stuck around. But after calculating the winning conditions and number of models left in the army, we have worked out that after this turn, this will be the last turn because Wayne is now down at the 25% level. But we'll see how much damage we can pull through before that happens. Aragorn and Legolas taking on the cave troll over here. Gimli into the Witch King. He's had he's taken a bit of a beeline for the Witch King every turn this game. It feels only right that he should be the one to take him out. Halbrand once again on Burder because his friend has been taken off by that really brave and wary cave troll, and then these rangers down here just mopping up the last few orcs. There is no shooting phase, and it is Grey Company priority unless you want to call any heroics, Wayne.
Nope, I've only got Witch King.
You've only got the Witch King might point left. Anything you want to do with it? Are you going to leave it? Or...
I'm going to leave it.
Okay, Legolas is going to call a heroic strike against that cave troll.
Okay.
And Aragorn will call a heroic combat with his 3 point of might.
So, yeah,
so Legolas will roll. He'll go to fight value 10.
Yep.
So Legolas is the blue dice. Aragorn is the black dice. You may set the bar with the troll, my friend. 5. Legolas still got 2 might points left, which he's going to have to use to win that fight.
No.
Oh, banner. There's a banner. Legolas will go with the banner. He's going to have to use those 2 might points to win that fight.
Always remember your banner first.
Always remember the banner first. I never really take them, so I always forget. So Aragorn wounding this troll on 4s, Legolas wounding it on 5s. There's no might points in here, so we're just going off the basis of the dice. That is 3 wounds on a troll. Should have actually differentiated who was going to get the final wound, so we won't give that to Aragorn. But it does then mean that Legolas can come to here, and Aragorn, right at the end, can come round and fight the Witch King. Very thematic, very bloody, very gnarly. Charging him in the back like any good king does. Okay, let's save that for last. Let's do Legolas on this one little orc over here. Orc gets a 2. Leggy gets a 6. He hasn't done much this game, to be fair, Leggy, but it does kill though. Which ups his kill count to 3 against Gimli. Let's do Halbrad. Come on, the hero Halbrad against Berda. Go on, Berda. What's he got for me? He's got a 4. Halbrad rolls a 5. Any might points from Berda, or is he out?
He's out.
He's out! No way has Halbrad won that again. Halbrad has got no right to still be alive, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's been lucky this game. So.
Strength 4, defense 6, 5s. And 2 wounds!
Yeah, he's out. He's only got 1 wound.
No!
He's got 1 fate actually. So, yeah.
Oh, no way did Halbrad do that! I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, the Ranger of the North on the cave troll with 1 wound left.
Going on at East.
Okay. 6. Oh, Wayne. It's breaking my heart to roll these dice. I'm sorry. 5s to kill. Oh, and the last troll bites the dust. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It can't be. That can't be how this game has gone.
Yep.
Okay, let's do this ranger here on the end against 1 orc. 5.
4.
Oh, I don't even want to roll these dice. I just feel bad. He lives. That guy lives. And I completely lost track of who's got might points down here, so I'm not going to claim them. So
I believe they all have.
no, I think quite a lot have used them. So if not all of them, this guy on 1-on-1. Go on, orc. It's a 6. Beats the ranger back. He's still, they've still got fate points. I know that. That's a wound. And he does die, so that orc does get a last stab right at the end. And then this ranger on 2. Go on, orc, set the bar.
6.
Orc's good. It's not as good as a 6 from a ranger, though. 5 value 4. 5s to kill. 1 dead. It doesn't matter who. And then we have Gimli and Aragorn on the Witch King. Gimli will be the blue dice, Aragorn will be the black dice. The Witch King can set the bar. Come on.
They're going to make a difference now. Yeah.
1-6 from these guys. Yeah, Gimli gets a 6.
Yeah, I can't. I've only got 1 more.
Let's see if Aragorn can... How many wounds has he got left? He's got 1 wound, 1 fate, yeah?
Yep.
So 2 falls from Aragorn will give him the kill. Oh, 1 wound. Please fail your fate. Oh, spectacularly. Aragorn gets the last lick in on the Witch King. I cannot believe that. Cannot believe that. So this is the board after turn 6. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 models left for the good side and 3 orcs left for the evil. I rather suspect that's probably game there, Wayne.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Just a little.
I'm really sorry. Aragorn has come out of that with a mighty. In fact, he. I won't claim the one for the troll because they didn't differentiate who took that. But he has come out of that with a mighty 11 kills all on his own. Wayne, I'm so sorry. You're such a good sport about that. Yeah. Shake my hand on camera.
It was fun.
Okay, we'll show you guys the scores and then we'll come back to you with the post-battle breakdown. Well, that was brutal. I feel a little bit bad. I'm not going to lie, I don't think I've ever had a game where the dice have rolled as hot as that. Ouch. Ouch for Angmar. That obviously ended in a 12-0 win for the Grey Company. I don't know what to say other than I'm sorry. Don't hate me. 22 years of friendship down the toilet because of a brutal game.
Yeah, that's too bad though. First time using actual Angmar, so...
Yeah, to be fair, like the fact that it's the first time you've played Angmar, I'm impressed we remembered most of the rules. There's probably almost definitely some that we've forgotten about, so please don't spam the comments with those. We are very much aware that we haven't played for a little while.
I think I covered mine. I think it just needs to remember banners a bit better.
I just don't remember banners in general.
Yeah, well, you don't really use
It's a
banners
big,
much.
it's a big flag in the middle of my career, and I still forget it's there.
Even though it's the main thing.
Even though it's the main thing holding that together. I don't know. I don't necessarily think like the Contest of Champions was great for you against Grey Company.
Yeah.
Because I've got a maximum of 11 models you can kill.
Yeah.
And you have to kill them with the Witch King to get points.
Yeah.
If I'd taken Gondor or anything else like that, which had like a proper warband's worth different game, because the Witch King can get in and just plough through some Gondorians. The lack of terror tests because of the banner and causing Fearless really played in my favour. It shut down anything like Instill Fear, any of your Fell Lights, anything like that to anyone who was in the main scrum.
Yeah.
And then just rolling really hot as well. I feel like the Witch King could have done more in regard to getting himself out of that little bottleneck between the Smoke Pillar and Gimli. I don't necessarily feel like you used your might points well enough to manoeuvre where you needed to be. You could have forced a few more roll-offs for some priorities and got the Witch King out of there and got round the side maybe. I also feel like the Trolls should have come in swinging before the Orcs did, because all I had to worry about really was thinning your hordes down of Orcs, who I can plough through and did plough through. And then at which point I'm just relying on you not having the numbers, and I can pick off the Trolls. Other than that,
it wasn't a bad game actually.
No, it was a very enjoyable game. Very, very. There wasn't a clear winner, I don't think. And I say that from the perspective of there was a turn where you completely wiped out all the Rangers in the middle of scrum, and I've got Aragorn and the Ranger on the left. I've got Legolas and the Rangers at the back. I've got Halbrand and the handful of Rangers on the right. But the middle part of the board is clear for your Trolls to come running through. Which is the turn after where I pulled everyone back to the hill, which is where the game finally ended. That, I think, could have swung either way when it came to the next turn. Had you got the priority on that, I think it would have been very different, potentially, because I wouldn't be able to pull Halbrand back, and you would have just swamped around the back of me.
Yeah.
I had to work very hard to keep you all on one side of me. I couldn't have you come around the back of me, because as soon as you start... The Rangers are great, like Fight Ready 4, Strength 4, Defense 5, 1 Might, 1 Will, 1 Fate each, 2 attacks while they're infantry. But if you can overload that, and as soon as they've lost their might point and their will point, their might point and their fate point, and if you can overload them, then they just drop.
It's just a shame Birded couldn't get the kill, so they become banner, which would have been helpful.
A banner would have been helpful. You would have remembered your banner as well. I wouldn't remember mine. I didn't remember mine. Halbrand has got no reason to still be alive.
No.
I think 3 turns he took Birder to the face.
Yeah.
2 of which he was transfixed, and 1 turn he took the Witch King, I think, as well.
Yeah.
He's got no right to still be alive. Absolute man of the match. Like, no way.
It happens.
It happens. It
you
does.
Get the odd game.
Well, that's it. Like, I can't tell you the amount of times at tournaments I've played the exact same kind of game, and I've walked away from a 12-0 win, 12-0 loss, and I've had a great game. It's been great fun. Like, that's the main reason we play this particular hobby, is that the community is so lovely, so welcoming, everyone's so supportive, and everyone, for the most part, really enjoys and plays in the spirit of the game. And that's what the most important thing is. You play in the spirit of the game, because it is that kind of game. And I am so grateful to be part of this community. I really am. And making content like this for you guys as well. So, but yes, that has ended in a 12-0 win for the Grey Company over Angmar. Any thoughts? Any closing thoughts on the game, Wayno?
I think you pretty much covered it. Trolls should have gone in a bit earlier.
Trolls should have gone in a bit more aggressive. I appreciate the getting worried about the bow fire, and you might have lost 1 troll on the way in, but at least you could have been swinging and squishing Rangers early doors. I think in that scenario you have to take the choice of where I go out of my hands. Because I've only got 11 models, I can only manoeuvre so much. You need to try and force... You need to make me pick between 2 bad decisions.
Yeah.
Running a Ranger into a load of Orcs or a Ranger into a Troll. All running away, 2 bad decisions. But again, you'll know for next time, and we make these mistakes here in these battle reports so we don't make them at events. Yeah. But no, as always, great fun to play with you, Wayne. Thank you so much for coming down for a Batrep today. There is so much more planned. We're going to have 1,000-point Thorin Company versus Gundabad with our good friend Jack at some point, so that's to look forward to. We're also looking at getting Marvel Crisis and Malifaux battle reports out on the channel as soon as we can, once we've got everything painted up for that. And then, yeah, Quest of the Ringbearer is definitely happening. We've put plans in place, plans are happening, stuff is built, stuff is painted, we're ready to go, we're just waiting for everyone to get the Fantasy Fellowships. But we will start filming the first couple of scenarios for that next week. I will take the Fellowship through first, so that will buy us a bit of time. But yeah, So thank you, everybody. This is the first chance I've really had a chance to talk to the camera since we took our break, but thank you all for being so supportive. Thank you all for being so patient with my little break. Just while we sorted stuff out at home and got my head straight. It's done the world of good, and I can finally start focusing on what I really want to do, which is creating content for you guys. All sorts of content, blogs, painting tutorials, battle reports for all sorts of systems. There's so many plans we want to put in place, and now we finally have time to do it. But thank you all for staying so supportive for the channel, and thank you all for being there. All your kind words on YouTube. I don't respond to comments as frequently as I should. Now I've got the time to do that, but I do always read them, and you guys have been saying some really lovely stuff about the channel. So thank you all so much. We wouldn't be here without you. But I think that's going to be it from us today. This battle report. Wayne, thank you as always for joining us today. It's very much appreciated. I know you're a pretty regular sight on the channel, so I'm sorry I keep inflicting my armies upon you. We will vary the content up with other people as and when people are free, but always a pleasure to roll dice with you. But until next time, happy hobbying all, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.